family and friends. How are you? I hope you and your family are safe and happy too. Welcome to Season 2 of Auntie Oni's Story Village, where everyone lives in peace and love. I'm Auntie Oni, your favorite storyteller, and I love sharing stories, poetry, and music from villages around the world. I can say hello in many languages, can you? Repeat after me and learn something new. Ni hao, makadi, guten tag, namaste, hola, bonjour, nainzio, ciao, yo manima, sawubona, tashidelek, haya. Did you hear hello in your language? If you didn't hear Auntie say hello in your language, let me know and I'll give it a go. Auntie Oni's Story Village is for children of all ages, so listen up. Let me tell you a story. The Window, Auntie Oni's version of a classic folktale. Once upon a time, two very sick men shared a hospital room with one window. The man whose bed was by the window would get out of the bed, pull up a chair, sit down, and stare out the window. The other man whose bed was by the door was very sick. He could hardly move. He had to spend all his time laying flat on his back, staring up at the ceiling. The men would talk to each other for hours each day about their families, friends, their children, their homes, their jobs, and where they took vacations. Every afternoon, the man who would sit by the window, he would tell his roommate all the things he could see outside the window. His roommate couldn't wait to hear about what was going on outside. It made him feel so excited and so happy to be alive. The man looking out the window would describe a beautiful park with a lovely lake. Ducks and swans floated on the lake, while children pushed out little paper boats to sail on top of the water. Young couples walking arm in arm along a path of colorful flowers, and a shiny view of the city skyline could be seen in the distance. One Saturday, the man by the window described how he saw children jumping off big yellow buses and running into the park. They all scattered about. Some went to play football, some went to play soccer, basketball, and baseball. The man by the window would call out all the plays of the games in joyful details. Touchdown, score, basket, home run. The man laying on his back would shout, "Yes!" And then he would close his eyes and imagine the scenes. Oh, he felt so happy to hear all about the sports being played in the park. One warm afternoon, the man sitting by the window described a parade passing by. Although the man by the door couldn't hear the band, he could see it in his mind's eye. His imagination ran wild as he closely listened as his friend described every section of the parade. All the colors, the balloons, the marching bands. It was fabulous. Days and weeks passed. The man by the window was recovering nicely, healing and getting well. One morning, the day nurse arrived to take the man home. He waved, "See you later," to his roommate as the nurse rolled him out of the room in a wheelchair to the lobby to meet his family. The friends had promised to stay in touch. Later that day, the man by the door asked the nurse if his bed could be moved next to the window. The nurse was happy to make the switch, and so she rolled his bed over to the window. Then, after making sure he was comfortable, she left the room. Slowly, painfully, the man who could only lay on his back began to lift himself up on one elbow to take his first look at the real world outside. Slowly, carefully, he leaned over and looked out the window. all he saw was the brick wall of the building next door to the hospital. When the nurse came back into the room, the man asked the nurse, why did his roommate tell him that he could see so many wonderful things happening outside the window? The sports, the lake, the young couples, flowers, and the parade. The nurse smiled at him as she checked his vital signs, and she said to him, "Sir, you were very sick. Your roommate was making all that up because he just wanted to encourage you with positive thoughts, and it seems as if it worked because you are getting stronger and you will soon be going home to your family too." So friends, what stories have you told to make someone else feel happy? Well, I hope you will use your imagination to tell positive stories and make someone else feel so happy, just like the kind man did who sat by the window. Thanks for listening, and invite your family and friends to Auntie Oni's Story Village. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. To let me know how much you enjoy my labor of love, write a review and give me a bunch of stars on Apple iTunes. Want to see Auntie? Visit auntie.oni.fun. Stay safe, and I'll see you later, sweet potato, after a while, honey child.